Yo, what is going on, guys? Finally back with the final part to my entire collection video. Sorry this took so long, but as you can kind of see, my room is being used for storage, and it finally just got cleared out enough for me to at least, clean off my shelf so I can, and, kind of rearrange things. Because I did rearrange stuff a little bit because I haven't changed it in I don't even know how long. But anyway, starting off with the top half, that's actually a model of my stepdad's race car that he used to drive. Really cool. There's a little Hulk poster, which, based off of issue 102, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, which this is something I've had since I was a kid. It's not like the super posable one, but pretty posable still. Issue, or not issue, little fake cover, or not fake cover, I don't know what the exact word, reprint, that's what I'm thinking, of issue 47 of Iron Man, which, very cool cover, by the way. Like, this is dusty as hell, if you can't tell. I did kind of dust off the minifigures, but I do kind of need to dust this off a little better. There is a Mr. Burns in there, because I had like 5 extras, and decided to put it in here. But, little Lego setup of the Big Bang Theory. Really love this show. Haven't seen it in forever, though. Really need to rewatch it. Little reprint of issue 151 of The Amazing Spider-Man. Another amazing cover. Giant Man Funko. Sick. And a couple Hot Wheels that I've had. Now, before I do show more of the shelves, I will show the handful of stuff I do have on my wall right here. Not going to show everything on my walls, just this one specifically. But I do have a very cool lenticular Spider-Man thing. Don't know what everything is from this. I can tell it's like older Spider-Man stuff. Going here, I do have my amazing... Like, I love the Lego Movie. It actually came out on my birthday the year it came out. Phenomenal movie, one of my favorites. Very happy to have this poster still hanging up. And then the only Mini-Mate thing I have mint on card, because this is actually a duplicate one I got from my grandmother, which, I mean, she didn't know, but it is a very cool 2-pack with Spider-Man and Punisher. One of the coolest ones. And then I do have this very cool Deadpool poster next to, like, when they were doing those Mortal Kombat reaction figures. I did find the Chase Scorpion, because at the time I was super into Mortal Kombat. Slightly better look at the Deadpool poster. Let me just remove that. Oh, I totally forgot about that being underneath. It's cool. There we go. And then my Age of Ultron poster. This is based on concept art, for those of you who don't know. Like, it's a little warped and beat up, but I mean, it's still cool. Very, very badass. I do really like the Ultron, though. That's really sick. And then right here are 2 mint on card figures. The only reason why I have this one mint on card is because I pre-ordered it on Big Bad Toy Store, but then I found the actual figure in store and I tried to cancel this, but didn't work out too well. But I mean, it just looks beautiful in the box. Really cool. One of the cooler Marvel Legends they've made. Excuse me. And then the other one I have on this wall is Mysterio. And I did have a few other ones on this wall of the Sasquatch Wave Cable, Shang-Chi from the movie. I want to say there was another one on the wall, but oh, yeah. I did have a Beast and a Gambit on this wall at some point too, but I gave both of those to my friend because he was really looking for them. And then I also did gift my friend IZ art with the Cable and the Shang-Chi, along with a handful of other figures, which he has done amazing things with from the picture. And only reason why I have 2 of this one, not because of the fact that it's hard to get or anything, but, you know, Mysterio is one of the coolest, like, Spider-Man villains in my opinion. And I actually got this one plus the one I already opened for $16 each at FYE, you know, the place that, you know, extorts money out of people's pockets consistently. So, very happy that I got lucky enough to find 2 of these. And still, one of the cooler ones in the box. Not as cool as that one, but that one, still very cool. Now, going on to the shelf, I should mention that this top one was just leftover figures that I couldn't fit onto the other shelves, but we have the Silver Samurai from the Retro Wave. Both of these came from, gosh, I think this one was from like the Armored Thanos Wave, the Living Laser, and this Taskmaster, which I love this Taskmaster still. I am very tempted to get the Cabal 3-pack at some point. But, you know, it's starting to kind of get a little expensive. So hopefully I can at least find, you know, him loose or something at some point. This is the original release for the Green Goblin. And I know it just got re-released, but still very happy with this one. I did open it. I did debate on keeping it mint in box, but I changed my mind just because, look, it just looks so sick. Especially with the Norman Osborn head. And then up front, I do have a very dusty looking Snake Eyes. I did try to, you know, clean off most of these as well as I could. And for the longest time before I bought my Darth Vader, this was the only Star Wars figure I had. Just because of the fact I liked how he looked. And he still is one of the cooler ones I've seen. And then we have Songbird in the back, who, gosh, I think she was also part of the first Thanos Build-A-Figure. And then we have the Vulture Build-A-Figure Wing. Yeah, Vulture Build-A-Figure Wing, you know, Beetle there. And he does have a broken hand, I know that for a fact. And I did want to put him on the shelf next to the Carnage because, for those of you who don't know, this is Hobo525. Sadly, he no longer makes videos. But I really do hope he's doing okay because I miss talking to him. But, you know, still thinking about you, Hobo, if you ever do see this. And then right here we do have the Rider's Wave Punisher, one of the cooler looking Punishers. Not a huge fan of the skull, but I mean, still very badass. And then going over here, we do have the Kingpin Build-A-Figure Wave symbiote Spider-Man from, you know, the Red Goblin arc. Apocalypse Wave Magneto, still one of the most badass Magneto outfits of all time, especially with the purple hands. Love those. Then we have Mark 1 from the, gosh, I want to say the Abomination Wave? No, not Abomination Wave. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But, you know, I have a lot of figures. Yeah, I think it was the Abomination Wave, because I remember he came with Rage. And then the Walgreens exclusive Namor. Still the best looking Namor we've gotten out of the 3 that I know we've had. Slightly dusty BoJack Horseman and Todd Chavez. Really love that TV show. Haven't watched it in forever, though. And then going on to some of my graphics. I do have Deadpool The Complete Collection by Daniel Way, I mean. This is Volume 1. Then I have Night of the Living Deadpool, Return of the Living Deadpool. And then I have my Deadpool Kills series. So there's Deadpool Killustrated, which one of my favorite ones. Deadpool Kills Deadpool. Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, Part 1. And then right next to it, I have He Kills Again, which Kills Again is actually having a second part released at the moment, which very, very badass. Very excited about it. And then Death of Wolverine, Return of Wolverine, Wolverine Dangerous Games. Those are the only Wolverine graphics I have other than Old Man Logan, which is currently at my father's house. And then going into my personal favorite, Marvel Zombies. We do have Dead Days right there, which is basically everything that leads up until, you know, this one right here, which is Part 1. And then Marvel Zombies 2. I don't have number 4. I have number 3. It's just not here at the moment. But I do have Marvel Zombies Return, Marvel Zombies Destroy, which is a weird one because it's basically Howard the Duck. building a team of multiversal heroes going and, you know, killing Nazi zombies. It's pretty weird, but it's pretty cool. I do have a couple of flashlights there, just because of the fact that sometimes... I know I used to read at night quite a bit. I haven't done it in forever, though. Anyway, Secret Empire. Really good story by Nick Spencer. I think it's Nick Spencer anyway. I just know it says Spencer right there. Then we have the Incredible Hulk Tempest fight, which I don't remember. Yep. This is one of my favorite Hulk books. I totally forgot it was a graphic, though. And then we have the Incredible Hulk Boiling Point, which, another beautiful looking cover. I think I got those as gifts, like a long time ago. But both of these, very good reads, from what I remember. This one I know I enjoyed the most, just because it instantly starts off with the Hulk underwater ripping a shark in half. So cool. The Flash Move Forward, which I think might be, yep, New 52. I do have more of these, I just don't remember where they're at. I think they're in a box at the moment. Then Flashpoint, one of the best Flash stories ever by Jeff Johns. Infinite Crisis, very good read. Final Crisis, which I know I got this one at half price books, so very, very phenomenal read for, you know, half price. Superman Red Sun, one of the best Superman stories of all time, in my opinion. Hulk, Return to Planet Hulk. This is based on the Amadeus Cho one, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's Amadeus Cho. Marvel Comics 1000. I know I bought both of these when I was in college, because they were like, as you can see, they're like very scrawny compared to any of the other ones. And I mostly picked them up because they were cheap. And then we have Shadowland, Blood on the Street. This was actually one of my first graphics. This one right here, Marvel Zombies, was my first one. Still one of my favorites. Really want to reread that. Well, not this specific one, but the one right next to it, which was part 1. Got a little too in-depth with that, but yeah. I remember, I think I read through this once, and then never did again. It was good, I remember. But I know I got this one, and a third one, which I think was Moon Knight, which I have in a box somewhere at the moment. Which I will show in a future video. Batman White Knight, very good one. This one I got for Christmas, because, and I mostly got this Doctor Strange one. The Doctor Strange one's the one I got for Christmas. Sorry, had a brain fart. Really only got it just because of the fact I wanted to figure out how so many characters became Ghost Riders. Because, you know, during this story arc, Captain America, Falcon, Ghost Rider, Lady Thor, Ghost Rider, and so on and so forth. And then the New Avengers, Volume 9. This is during, like, the Skrull War, I remember. And I know I picked it up because most of what I get, what I picked up at the time was just because of the cover, and I thought that was a cool-ass cover. Which it was. It still is a cool cover. And then in here, just some miscellaneous stuff like Minimates. I have a mega block in here of Spider-Man. And then, yeah. Like, this is to one of my Walking Dead figures. I know. One of my favorite Minimates. Marvel Zombies Magneto. And then Rick Grimes with, you know, the one hand, which I do like that they covered it up. That is very cool. This is actually a book my sister gifted me for Christmas one year. Super graphic, a visual guide to the comic book universe, which I know I've looked through it, but I've never, like, read it. My sister bought me that when she was in college, and I feel kind of bad for not reading it. In here is just more Minimates. A lot of these are missing parts and stuff, I know, just because of the fact that, you know, I was a kid when I had them. But Miles Morales right there, still one of my favorite ones. Vindicator, or I think her name is Vindicator. Very cool. And I do have a couple older ones in there, like that Mr. Fantastic. So cool. The movie Lizard right there. And a couple other movie-related ones, like right there is one of the ones from, who is that? Oh, Magneto from First Class. I do have a couple other First Class ones in there, as you can tell, but with Beast, who does have a broken leg, I know, and Mystique. And then right here I just have, like, all the figures like accessories mostly. Not all of them, like there are some in that metal container right there, I know, but you know, nothing super exciting in there. Oh, that's where that went. I was trying to find this head. Oh, does he have? Oh, he has a scuff on the back of his head. I'll probably be able to get that out. Anyway, getting distracted again. But here we have my little Age of Apocalypse stuff. All of these basically came from the same wave to build that Sugarman, excluding the Sabretooth. And this isn't all of the ones I own that are, you know, Age of Apocalypse related. These are just all the ones I have at this house. And let me just say, most of this wave I bought on clearance. Like, I bought him on clearance, bought him on clearance. I only paid full price for Dark Beast and him, because I could not find anywhere. But yeah, the rest of this wave got on clearance. And let me just say, that morph, still one of my favorite ones. Love that morph. And then going on to a very packed shelf, this is kind of like the villains shelf. I do have the Absorbing Man Wave Venom back there. One of my favorite figures. Bought him the same time I bought the Juggernaut Wave Wolverine. And then just going across the rest of this, Sandman Wave Green Goblin. I do have J. Jonah Jameson on the Kraven's Last Hunt 2-pack Spider-Man body, because I thought it was kind of funny. And also, you know, did that before they actually made a figure of him, so very cool. Monster Venom's kind of a little short, so you can't really see him too well, but there he is. Titus, very cool figure. Very surprised that, you know, he didn't blow up more, like, figure-wise, because he is a very fun figure to pose around, at least in my opinion. Blizzard right there, one of 2 figures I bought from that wave. This one I bought on clearance, and the Vision, they had a deal at GameStop forever ago, when the Juggernaut wave was just starting to, you know, get put on clearance. And, you know, they had a buy one, get one free type thing. So I got the Vision and this Iceman right here, but you'll see him in a second. I do kind of have my Serpent Society all together, because there's Rock Python. Like, I'm bad with the names of most of them. There's King Cobra, Eel. Gosh, I can't think of his name. If it comes, I'll go back to him. One of the best Taskmasters, in my opinion. Like, so poseable, so fun to have. Just very cool, just in general. Do kind of represent a small amount of, you know, Toy Biz, as you can see. Because I do still have the Toy Biz Lady Deathstrike. And then, stupid thing is, when I bought that one, they made a new one. So, wasn't very happy about that, but whatever. Old Spider-Man Classics Rhino. I do have most of the Build-A-Figure, but, you know, can't really display him because he doesn't have a head or an arm. There we have Dormammu. The Dormammu is kind of a little broken. His foot broke off after I moved out because my parents were using my room as storage, and he kind of, one of the ones that kind of decided to take a nosedive and his foot broke off. And then his leg also just never stayed on either, so, like, he stands, he just can't be moved or posed. Lady Beetle, Wendigo, still love that Wendigo figure, one of my favorites. Carnage up there, that is the one from, you know, Monster Venom Wave, like over there. Sorry for that sharp, you know, cut. The Build-A-Figure Juggernaut, one of the best Marvel Legend figures they've ever done. I know they re-released it, but this one still better in my opinion. Super Skrull Build-A-Figure, really love that one as well. Iron Skull, blanked out on his name. Shocker, Superior Spider-Man, Puma, Red Goblin, another one of my favorites from the Kingpin wave. This one right here, my first Marvel Legend, Toxin. Still love him. Such a badass, underrated figure in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't like him, but, you know, I'd probably have a bigger favoritism towards him just because of the fact he was my first ever figure. And then we have Jackal right there. Blanked out on his name. Another one that I was very surprised about, that I liked so much. Very cool figure. Very underrated. I kind of wish they would make another one of him, though. And then down here is just kind of another hodgepodge, like mostly X-Men stuff. As you can see, there's lots of X-Men. There's Rogue right there from the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure wave, Colossus from the Warlock wave, the Strong Guy Bath, very cool stuff, Apocalypse wave, not Jean Grey, blanking out on her name, Psylocke. And this Deadpool right here, I actually bought another one off of Mercari, specifically because this is a very good base body for like an Invincible custom that I'm going to be doing at some point. I did actually turn, because originally I was going to, like the Mohawk mark, I originally was going to turn that into a Sinister mark, but then I realized, oh, the Mohawk head from Dakin fits on this body, so I just decided to switch it last minute. Professor X, almost said Magneto. First appearance Wolverine from the 2-pack. There's the Iceman that I got for like $10. Dusty ass Weapon X Wolverine. One of my favorites, Blink from the Exiles. There's Beast from the Caliban wave. The best, well, I shouldn't say the best, but one of the best cables we've ever had. Sunfire, one of my favorite figures to pose around, even still, like such an amazing figure. And then he's not facing this way, but Cannonball back there, that is the shitty one that only came with like half a body. Got him on clearance, I know. Along with Boom Boom right there, bought those at the same time. Weapon, or not Weapon X, Uncanny X-Force Deadpool. Mine did have a small quality control issue. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but he does have a band on that hand, but on his other hand, can't really see it, but he didn't come with a band on it. The Gamerverse, Miss Marvel, only bought that for the Build-A-Figure piece, because not a really big fan of that figure. Excuse me. Odin Build-A-Figure Wave Thor. That was the best Thor for the longest time, in my opinion. And then I got the one from the Cull Obsidian wave. Then that Thor just kind of took over. Phoenix, I actually do have. I actually just bought one in an eBay lot. And just sold that to my friend. And I actually bought another eBay lot with her in it. So I've had this figure 3 different times. It's kind of underrated in my opinion, but it's not fantastic. Angela back there. And then we have Gamerverse Iron Man. Very cool looking armor, by the way. Really, really do like that one. The Odin Build-A-Figure. The Toy Biz Falcon, which was one of the longer running Hasbro figures, not Hasbro, Toy Biz figures I had on my shelf. Very shitty white Iron Fist. They reused the body from one of the Toy Biz figures, and it's a cool looking costume, just terrible articulation in my opinion. Spider-Man Noir, Spider UK, big time Spider-Man, love that one so much. 2099 Spider-Man, that one was like the best, that's still one of the best Spider-Man in my opinion. Elektra, which may be taking her with me to my dad's house. Then we have Black Bolt, Spider-Woman, Ultimate Spider-Man, one of my favorite ones from the 2-pack. That came with that Vulture right there. Again, sorry for like the sudden jump. I don't even know who that is. I know I bought him because he was cheap. Waste of $20. Really is. It's a good figure, but it's just poorly executed in my opinion. Gamerverse Captain America from the Joe Fixit wave. And then, like, I really bought this Punisher just because it looked badass at the time to me, and I only had the one Punisher, which was the Walgreens one. This one, like, I thought just looked pretty cool. And the body is still pretty cool, but I hate the head. And I think that was like the one from like the box set, where it was like Marvel Knights or something. And yeah, that's basically everything on the shelves. But I will show you guys what I have Build-A-Figure piece-wise, because a lot of these are mostly complete. Like this one right here, the Red Onslaught, just need the leg that came from Demolition Man, and then have that complete. This is actually one of my favorite ones that's come out Build-A-Figure-wise, just because he looks so cool. Like, so much detailing, too. So cool. So, I'm very excited to at least try to complete that at some point. I do have the Kree Sentry legs, which, I mean, I don't really care to complete the Kree Sentries too much, but, you know, maybe at some point. And then the most expensive pieces I think I have in here are the Apocalypse one. Like, I've only bought 3 figures in the box. Sabretooth, Magneto, and Psylocke, which, that Psylocke, I think they had like 3 different versions of, which was nuts to me. And then I also do have Super Skrull arms in here, I believe. I think both of them are in here. Only the one, from what it seems like. So, it's probably in one of those boxes. I do have the Sauron left leg, and let me just say, I do want to complete the Sauron, just because he looks badass. The other leg to Sauron. The tail to Sauron, and then the left arm to Sauron, which, let me just say, this is a huge, it popped off, but I mean, it's a huge figure. I mean, just kind of roughly estimating right there, like, it's huge. Like, that is a big-ass wingspan. And then the Hulkbuster Build-A-Figure, which, like I said, I only have 2 parts to, being Blizzard and Vision. And then one of the ones I really regret not buying the, you know, figures when I saw them. You know, the Demogoblin, which this looks like an amazing figure, man. All I really need is just the legs and then the, what's it called? The glider. And then, you know, this again. And I do have one more Build-A-Figure, which I will pause to show you guys. And I did kind of lie. I did find 2 of them. I did find the Abomination Build-A-Figure, which completely dusty. Yeah, it's a little better, but like, I haven't lived here in like forever, so I mean, a lot of my figures are dusty as hell, along with that. But the Rhino, though, man, like, this is one of the ones I do want to complete, like, even to this day. Like, this is, because I'm already like 99% of the way done, just need the heads and the right arm, and then this is just fully done. So, very excited to eventually get that completed. So, yeah. But just a little run through of the collection again. Which, the shelf kind of, not really anything too important other than Age of Apocalypse stuff. But yeah. Again, I apologize for this taking as long as it did to complete. Just, you know, with, you know, my parents kind of having to rearrange, just because, you know, they needed the space. So yeah. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I do apologize if this video went for longer than I wanted it to, but, you know, this is the last part to this little series that's taken like 4 months to complete. But I do hope you guys enjoy. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and, you know, hopefully at one point I can, you know, show the entirety of my collection on a shelf, which is something I've been dreaming of forever. Haven't been able to do that in so long, and I miss it so much. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.